Hey, what's up? Dynamite Giraffe here. So this isn't something I would normally do. I'm not really gaming. I wouldn't say I'm not really a gaming content creator because the majority of what I do is just clips right now of Apex Legends and Rocket League. But I have kind of a weird attachment to GhostWire Tokyo. So if you guys don't remember, like a few years back, Ikumi Nakamura was at the Bethesda showcase, and I was actually in the audience there with my partner in crime, Brett Medlock from Nintendo Enthusiast. And we're sitting there and we're kind of wondering, if they're even going to show anything exciting. And then this just charming person comes out on stage, and most of us didn't know, her work in the games industry, especially in the horror genre. And they showed off Ghostwire Tokyo, and I was intrigued enough to buy a shirt and actually approach her after the showcase and take some photos with her and stuff. And after that, the game kind of went silent. We didn't really know what was coming, um, and she ended up leaving the studio not too long after. And I did watch a documentary just talking about her history in games and kind of the things that inspire her, to create these types of games. But we hadn't really heard much about Ghostwire Tokyo since then, except for I think a CGI trailer or something like that. So I didn't really know this trailer was up, but I kept seeing stuff on my feed about people reacting to it, and I did my best to avoid absolutely everything possible when it came to Ghostwire Tokyo in this trailer. I didn't even know they were doing like a showcase on it, and I guess on the PlayStation YouTube page they had some other stuff, kind of talking about the specifics of the game and things like that. But I wanted to do this is probably I think one of my real first reaction videos on my own, except for when I've done some over a previous life in games writing. But I wanted to just react to this video and see exactly for myself and get my raw feelings about it as it unfolds along with you guys. So with that being said, let's jump into this trailer, and I'm pretty excited to see what exactly Ghostwire Tokyo is other than a CGI trailer. Oh yeah, I kind of remember like some of these characters they showed before, and I think some of the first-person perspective.
皆さんこんにちは。ゴーストワイヤー東京ディレクターの木村健二です。タンゴゲームワークス一同、
Oh
皆
yeah,
さんに
Tango
ゴーストワイ
Gameworks.
ヤーのゲームプレイとストーリーをさらに深く紹介できるのを大変嬉しく思っています。
Welcome to GhostWire Tokyo, a
After that intro,
supernatural
welcome.
action-adventure thriller
Hello.
set in an
Come
eerie, haunted
inside.
vision of Tokyo, with explosive first-person combat and dangerous monsters at its core.
Wild.
After nearly all of Tokyo's population mysteriously vanishes, the city is flooded with supernatural creatures.
Damn. Those are some unique characters. The schoolgirl
Our
without a
story
head
begins here, in the fallout
and
of
that
the
giant
vanishing.
blade.
You awake in the deserted streets of Tokyo, with an unknown voice inside your head and strange, elemental powers coursing through your veins.
So you're just hungover. That's what it
Possessed
feels
by
like.
a mysterious spirit named KK, who has his own agenda, you'll need to work together to unravel the truth behind the disappearances
Killer. KK.
and save the city from
And
this
Slenderman
twisted
vibes.
nightmare. In
Yeah,
Ghostwire
not a
Tokyo,
fan.
you'll harness an
Not like as in
arsenal
I
of
dislike it,
powerful
but that's
abilities
just
through a
really
mystic
creepy.
art known as ethereal weaving, channeling raw ether, such as wind, fire, and water.
It's pretty
As
unique.
the story unfolds, you'll learn to
But
upgrade
also
and master these abilities
reminds
based
me
on
of
your
like
play style,
a PlayStation
incorporating
Move game or
powerful
something.
core grabs and perfectly timed blocks, all to devastating effect.
Seems very like Evil Within vibes, like environment
Alongside
wise,
your
where
abilities, you'll
or
have a
especially
range
too,
of
where
more
you're just on like
traditional and mystical
floating
tools at your disposal.
land.
Traversal and exploration are a central part of Ghostwire Tokyo. and with the Tengu ability,
Go.
players can grapple and maneuver through the city with ease. Areas of dense fog not only harbor dark energy that drains your health, but are infested with deadly paranormal creatures. To clear these infected areas, you'll need to cleanse corrupted
A lot of
torii
different
gates
environments. That's pretty
scattered
cool.
throughout the city. And by freeing untethered souls, you'll acquire experience to upgrade your ethereal abilities. Throughout Tokyo, you'll discover strange distortions in reality known as Utena spaces, where time and space
Also some
themselves
very
cannot be
Evil Within
trusted.
vibes.
And the only way to complete your mission is to power through them. In this video, we want to bring together these mechanics to show you the world's first extended gameplay preview of GhostWire Tokyo.
Yes.
We pick up at a moment where Akito and KK have been separated, leaving Akito with only his wits and traditional weapons. Akito must track the spirit down.
I feel like a lot of games are
Sneak
moving
attacks and
towards
choreographs
like
are a
having some
great
sort
way
of
to clear your
bow
path
involved.
without
Maybe it's just because I'm
attracting
playing
unwanted
Horizon Zero
attention.
Dawn and they added the bow check bow to Apex Legends, and I've seen it there too, as well as Call of Duty. But I don't know, maybe games are getting tiresome of guns, having guns galore. Sweet satchel though, I want that. A fan of the fanny pack. I mean, it is looking pretty polished, I guess, for a game that is this is just a preview build or a preview for this session. Although I feel like the character models could they still seem not fully polished. Little uncanny valley vibes.
遅えんだよ、ノロマナ。
助けに来るって分かってたような口ぶりだな。
助け？何様のつもりだ。俺の力が必要だから。
The eyes.
そういうことだろ。
It's always the eyes.
で、来るんだろ一緒に。
人に物を頼む態度じゃねえな。
頼んではいない。取引だ。お互い拒否はできない。
Hmm?
後悔すんなよ。
He's given you constipation. I don't know what that was. And cool clothes. I want a tech suit like that. I bet it's hella water resistant. That's probably the creepiest, I think, out of all of the characters shown. The headless schoolgirl.
仲良くしてやってくれよ。
仕方ねえな。遊んでやる。
Now that you're reunited with KK, you can use his powers again and gain access to devastating supercharged attacks. From now on, as you fight, you'll charge your synergy with KK. At full charge, you can enter wire-in mode to boost your powers.
Pretty sick. But I feel like it's very...
Between buildings, you'll need to latch on to the nearest
I don't want to say...
Tengu
I mean, we don't know much or anything, you know,
These
other than
creatures are not only the
what they've shown
fastest
barely,
way to
but
get
like...
around, but
I
they
don't know, it seems
also
very
open a new dimension to the city.
arcadey, kind of
The
like...
corrupted torii gate is just ahead. Cleanse it to clear out some of the sinister fog throughout
Yep.
the city.
It's not creepy at all. I definitely like the vibe, like the style of horror that it's going for. It's got like, you know, some, I guess, traditional with the character models, but also like the supernatural element that seems like their own.
As you progress, your powers will grow, And with many enemy
I guess you can only do so many
you'll need to
zombies
evolve
chasing
your
you.
abilities and strategies to take on these supernatural threats.
Some Silent Hill vibes too. The nurses. Like I wonder if they get like super aggressive and scream and chase more.
Like these talismans to expand your
Yep,
combat
but it looks like
options.
she's walking briskly. But also seems like the powers are overpowered, strong. I like that
Using
that
spectral vision,
string kind
you're
of
able to
mechanic.
sense visitors and other points of interest as you make your way through Tokyo.
Some Doctor Strange moves there. I hope there's an achievement that's called like string theory or something for becoming a master with that ability.
初公開のゴーストワイヤー東京プレイ映像楽しんでいただけましたでしょうか。本日ご紹介したのは本作のほんの一部です。まだまだお見せしていない要素がたくさんありますので楽しみにお待ちください。ゴーストワイヤー東京は3月25日発売
March
予定です。
25th. Wow. I didn't realize that the release date was that close. So, I mean, I feel like even though that they showcased a lot of gameplay and kind of brought it all together, I still feel like there's like a certain element of maybe uh, I don't know, like more to be desired, and it's not as intensive as I thought it was going to be. You know, I thought it was going to be a lot more chasing, a lot more scare tactics, and maybe showing some of that off in the gameplay trailer. I definitely am intrigued considering the types of games I've played in the past, you know, like Resident Evil, The Evil Within, some of the other horror games out there. I remember like a first person one that I really liked was the Condemned franchise that Sega published. I forget who developed it, but it was also kind of a first person like psychological horror game. But yeah, I don't really know how I feel about Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm still excited, but maybe the elements like that, how bright and vivid they are, kind of take away from the expectation that I had set in my head for it being like a you know a true horror game. But I still enjoy the environment that they're taking it, that it is in Tokyo, and you have like these like weird looking creatures. I mean, those are by far some of the most unique creatures and characters that I've seen in a game in terms of enemies. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence now. I guess even more so than I was before, just given what I've seen. But I will probably end up picking this up and just playing it out of being merely intrigued by it. Um, so yeah, that's you know kind of my reactions, my feelings for Ghostwire Tokyo as I sit right now. You know, I'd love to hear what you guys think, what everybody else thinks of the game. If you're excited for it, if you're looking forward to it, or if it's like completely fallen off your radar now. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.